Hi everyone, I'm Meredith Abbott, Culinary Director for Sur La Table, and welcome to On the Table. Today I'm making a fall-inspired Caesar salad. So my first step is I need to smash and turn my garlic cloves into a paste. 2 garlic cloves. I'm gonna get them started by smashing them with the side of my blade. Like that, get them started. Perfect. I'm gonna start by just rough chopping these. I'm doing this on a small cutting board that is dishwasher safe because the smell of garlic will impart itself into your wood cutting boards. Go through it a few times, get it kind of small to a mince. Now I'm gonna take some salt, sprinkle it on, and this salt, the coarseness of it is going to help mince this even further and turn it into a paste. It's gonna be an abrasive. And then to start the smashing, you're gonna take the side of your blade, press and drag, and you can hear it going over those little grains of salt. Keep working this until it's a paste. I'm going to use my bench scraper to scrape this up and put it into my bowl. And now I'm going to add my anchovy. I'm using an anchovy paste. And now I'm going to separate an egg because I need an egg yolk. Crack it, try to catch the yolk in one of the shells and just pass it back and forth like so. Perfect. Into there it goes. And now I'm going to add my Dijon mustard. This gives that really nice kick and a little bit of spiciness. Worcestershire sauce and lemon. About a tablespoon of lemon. I'm just gonna go squeeze this right through my fingertips to grab any seeds. There we go. And some red wine vinegar, about a tablespoon. Perfect. Now I'm going to whisk this. Once this is all combined, I'm gonna start drizzling in my olive oil while whisking. I'm gonna whisk until this is a nice, kind of thick and creamy consistency. You're gonna add about a 1/4 cup of oil total, and it's just about there. Okay, a little bit of salt. The anchovy paste is quite salty already, so you don't need a lot. Start with a little bit of salt. Whisk again. And now I'm going to give it a little taste. That's amazing. That's delicious. Pretty spot on. And now that my dressing is made, I'm going to cut my kale. So you'll see on the kale, there is a pretty woody stem in there. You want to cut that out. I like to take a really sharp paring knife and just run it along both sides of that stem to remove it. Set that back. I'm gonna grab all this kale that was already done. You can work in batches if you need and roll it tightly. And now I'm going to slice this thinly or chiffonade, like so. Work your way through, fingertips down, knuckles out. Make sure you're cutting all the way through. If you need to kind of reposition the kale to make it a little tighter again, feel free to do so. And work your way through. Nice. See how nice and ribbony all that kale is? Now I'm going to add this first to my dressing before the radicchio. I'm gonna use my bench scraper again and drop it right in. Again, stack it up. This is the same method as you would use for chiffonading basil or mint. There you go, and now thinly slice all the way through. It is great if you have a very sharp knife for this step, so it slices through the kale versus pressing down and bruising it or even kind of mashing it. You really want to keep your knives nice and sharp. Perfect. Now move all of this over. And before I add the radicchio, I'm actually going to massage the kale with the dressing. Massaging the kale helps to break down those really tough fibers. It's gonna make it easier to eat. It takes a few minutes, so just really get in there with your fingertips and just rub this together until you see it kind of start to turn darker green and kind of glossy. That's when you know you can stop. And I'm going to wash my fingers and cut my radicchio. This is radicchio. It is a member of the chicory family, which is a family of greens that tends to be a little bit more bitter in flavor, and I love it so much, especially paired with this really bright and zesty Caesar dressing. It balances all of that out. So I'm gonna core this, cut it in half. Look how beautiful that is. Now I'm gonna cut it in quarters because I want the slices to be about the same size as my kale. I'm gonna take this core out. This is really tough and just wouldn't be a good experience in your salad. But if you were going to grill your radicchio for a different recipe, you would leave that in to hold it all together. So just cut out all your cores, and now setting it down, holding it firmly against your cutting board with your non-dominant hand, fingers down, knuckles out. We're going to go through and thinly slice this just like we did our kale. Just work your way all the way through. Now, if you've tried radicchio and you don't like it, you can choose any other green you would like. If I couldn't find radicchio, I would substitute with some arugula because it's nice and peppery, but then I would add some sliced radishes in to really mimic kind of that bitter, almost piquant flavor. Okay. Now, use my bench scraper again and add this to the bowl with my kale. Perfect. Okay, now I'm going to toss this with tongs. Toss gently to coat all of that radicchio with the Caesar dressing and to mix all those greens together. It is so gorgeous with this color of like the deep purple radicchio with that dark green. It's just stunning. Okay, I'm gonna give this a little taste and grab just a piece of kale. It's great. I can taste the mustard, I get a little bit of garlic, I get a little bit of saltiness from the anchovy paste, but I think it needs a little bit more, so I'm just gonna sprinkle with a little bit more salt, toss it again, and now I'm going to grab my Parmesan cheese and shave it over my salad. And look at that. And I like these nice, thick kind of ribbons of cheese over my salad, but if you wanted to use a grater, you could. I just like how everything is all in the same shape. It's all these long, nice ribbons. Beautiful. To serve this, I would add a bowl of lemon wedges alongside so that whoever's eating it can add a little bit more lemon if they like. And there you have it, a fall-inspired Caesar salad full of crunch and texture. Enjoy.